Welcome everybody back to another Bullcast reaction. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Carson.
And today we will be watching The Promised Neverland Season 2, Episode 7. What happened last time?
Last time Norman was back, he explained how he apparently was...
He has all the answers.
He explained everything in perfect, all the loops were closed, all the knots were tied, no loose ends whatsoever, and all we have to do is distribute this magical drug that he's created to force all of the demons to become inert once again. Mm-hmm. Don't know, and Emma is disagreeing. We're gonna see what she does here in this episode, I hope.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is, like, for me, I'm like, even if Emma wasn't in disagreement, this seems way too good to be true. So
yeah.
I wouldn't trust it regardless, but I feel like we're gonna find out some more about it this episode.
I'm kind of upset, because from what I gather, from what people are talking about with the manga, I'm not, like, upset, I guess. It's just it seems like a missed opportunity that, like, it seems like they literally just cut out all the stuff in the middle, and Norman... The way he's telling the story and the way his, like, companions are about him seems like he's supposed to be older and looks like he has gone through more shit. Because that's the thing I think in the manga is that, like, it's been a long time and then he shows up and he's like, they're all noticeably older and are, like, trying to figure this out. But in this one, he's just looks basically the same as far as we can tell. And... you know, like, that's it. So it's all about how he's acting, but I just find that interesting because, like, viewing it through that lens, if you think about the situations of last episode and everything with him talking to his troops, the people who call him boss and shit, it's kind of weird that they're following a literal 12-year-old. But if he were like 15, 16 and he were the ringleader, that would be maybe more, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, he did save them regardless of his age. That's not my point. It's just, I can tell, like, I can see how this was supposed to be, is my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure if, like, there's supposed to be, like, 5 years in between, or if there...
I don't know about...
It's been, like, it's been, like, over a year at this point.
Yeah, but they look the exact same, other than Emma having the hairstyle change. That's pretty much it. Anyway, that's just something that I noticed, because, like... I was thinking, like, this seems like it's happening awfully fast, and it's like, oh, well, obviously, because they cut out a lot of stuff, and they're, like, really ramping stuff up, but it's like, it seems like this would have made way more sense if it were over the span of X amount of time. Regardless, hope you guys enjoy the reaction. Let's get into this. Like and subscribe, support the official release. Check us out on Patreon. Let's go. Any changes to the OP? Oh, yeah, and there was the one guy that was missing. There was one more person in their squad. The person with the bag on their head that we haven't seen yet.
I, like, really want to see one of those giant ones, but I also really don't.
I think we have. We saw the giant ones at the start. I think that giant one is just the scale's weird, but it's the one that ate Krone.
Oh, I thought that one. This one looks like it's the size of, like, a building.
Oh.
But you might be right.
Tickling my ankle with your socked foot. Get away. Alrighty, what bullshit's gonna happen this episode?
Some creepy looking birds. Oh,
Fuck,
okay, back over here with the evil-blooded girl. Let's see what evil stuff she does.
It's in her blood, I tell you that, evil. It's in her evil blood.
Okay, how did you even find out about her?
Don't you know she's legend? Savior in a starving town.
So does she... Oh. Interesting. Okay.
And so do I.
She was
Where is
destroying
she?
the capitalism and these farms that we were trying to build. She would ruin us
She's a
financially.
radical indeed. Yeah. They could keep the people stupid and under their control. How far you've fallen. This is not the kind of shit Norman would be saying before. What?
What's he gonna say?
I wonder if he has any of that, like, resentment that the others seem to have, now that he's been, like, experimented on.
Mm-hmm.
Or he says he hasn't, but...
Yeah, even if they don't have to, they still would. Same as Sanju, he doesn't have to, but he's waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. It's been closed down. It's an old as shit pen. But Norman could have, like, figured it out. This could be fake information.
There's still a gate left, he says.
What? Really? Come on. What?
Headquarters.
So it's not Grace Fieldhouse necessarily. It's the whole
part of that thing,
compound.
yeah.
Okay. I thought they were saying, like, in the house where we grew up. That's actually the place we need to go.
No.
Be like, holy shit, that'd be so dumb. The gatekeeper.
Keeper.
Exactly. That's true. Why would he take that deal? What? 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 I don't understand that deal. He just went for that deal?
I mean,
just for no reason?
I mean, he doesn't. It's not like he has to follow through with it.
I guess so. But how? Like, I just don't understand how that's a compromise for anything. Oh, shit. What now, Norman? Seizure? Just like 50 different fucking medications? Of course not.
This is creepy ass music.
Wait, what?
No, see, of course not. Yeah, he's literally just setting them up to betray them.
I just wish it wasn't so obvious. It seems so, like, against his character to do something so predictable.
Look at all those.
The fuck?
I guess all those things in the jars are demons that they've, like...
Reverted?
Yeah. Oh my god, leaving all these children. I was thinking, oh no, like, it sucks for them to have to stay behind because if anything happens to, like, Emma or Ray, then they're all that's left for the younger kids. But now they're coming too. So they're fucked. Now I feel like she's gonna die. Well, isn't that?
Is he getting that? Oh, he's getting the headaches too. Oh, it's the song, I just realized. Are we gonna see what was behind the door?
I think we are.
It's the guy with the long hair from the fucking, and white from the opening, I bet. So we didn't see anything more. we saw the same scene except there was a voice line.
Voices, yeah.
What did you think of that episode? So here's what's happening. Norman's fucking dying. And he's going to take the demons out with him so that they don't have to feel bad about killing all the demons if they don't want to do it. That's what he's doing. Is he's like they said, he's trying to take all the burden on himself, exactly like when he got shipped off. He was using his sacrifice to like give an opening or solve the problem. In this case, he's going to eradicate all the demons as he dies so that they don't have to take that burden, and all the demons will just be dead or eventually be dead, and they'll be able to live happily. And even if all the demons die and Emma's pissed at him, it doesn't matter because he's going to be fucking dead anyway and she'll be alive. So that's what matters. And all of their friends and family will be alive as well. So, but that does mean betraying them. Now, it seems like Emma and Ray also know that that's what his plan is. So I wonder what their thing is going to be as far as that goes. I thought what they were doing until like that last little bit was that Norman was just overcome, which I don't know if that would have been like a better character change, like for him to be unhinged and really different under the surface and like fucked up from being experimented on and stuff. He clearly did lie about being experimented on, because he's getting those headaches as well. But yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen next with this, because I thought that it was just going to be, I want to kill them no matter what. They fucked with me. I don't care about what you want, Emma. Fuck you. I'm completely different now. I'm different Norman. But it turns out he's the same Norman, the exact same Norman. This is the same thing that the Norman we knew literally did, except yeah,
but now
with greater stakes, obviously.
But then this is like not good. It's this weird situation because, like Emma said, she wouldn't. It's like she doesn't want to live in that world that he's creating for them. So if you're doing what you think is the best thing, but people won't feel right about it after, and there is another way, then maybe you should consider the other way. Possibly, but if they're going to be safe, then who cares if they approve? Because the future generations and everyone else will be happy and alive, and they'll be completely safe. So it doesn't matter if they resent you for it or kind of feel like it's not the most optimal thing, because they're going to be alive and they won't have had to suffer it all in making that happen, because you're taking all that and then taking it to the grave with you. So fuck it, basically. Yeah, but then there is the problem of seemingly all the higher ups all have the evil blood power of they don't actually need to eat humans to survive. So you would have to, first of all, you can poison all these towns however much you want, but when it comes to killing the higher ups, that won't work on. But it's not a problem just to kill a couple demons. The problem is the infrastructure and the society, and that's what the drug rids themselves of. If they can get rid of the infrastructure and everyone, all the soldiers, then it doesn't matter if a couple shitheads at the top who have never worked a hard day's work in their lives put up a little guff,
because you just slice their stomachs open like they did those couple guys in the alleyway. It doesn't fucking matter if it's just a couple dudes, but if it's special blood or not, but if it's a couple dudes commanding a very motivated populace of demons, then that's a completely other thing. So that's probably their plan, just to fucking cut their heads off once you get there and just worry about the foot soldiers and clearing the way to get there.
Yeah, and apparently the other way to get to the human world is
right under our noses the whole time. I thought I don't like that they said Gracefield House, because it's like, wait, so the house? And he's like, well, actually, it's the headquarters by the house. Oh, well, you said the house a second ago. I'm like 100% sure. No, but okay, I'm sorry about that. But what I really meant was right here next to it, which we didn't know was there and was already a point of interest. That's different. I just don't like that they said the house, because it's like, it's setting, they're clearly trying to get it like, whoa, right at the house, bro, at the fucking house where we were the whole time. But it's actually not at the house. They just wanted to say that. I don't like that.
But still, so eventually we will be going back. We were already going to be going back there eventually to get the other kids. And I'm sure that we will. I feel like we will be, trying to get to the human world in this story. I don't think we're gonna fully go forward and actually murder all the demons effectively, without, something going on. And I don't, obviously Norman is like, yeah, just bring them here. And Emma's like, well, okay. But,
yeah, I didn't understand that. I don't like. I understand based on his motivations, but it's that conversation moved so weirdly from like him being like, "No, I want to eradicate the demons." She's like, "I don't want you to, don't." And then he's like, "I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I'm just gonna do it. It's the best plan we have, so I'm doing it." And then she's like, "All right, fine, let's make a deal." It's like I wasn't negotiating with you. I'm telling you this is what I'm doing. And then he's like, "Fine, let's make a deal." And it's like, I don't understand how you got from A to B there, from like just them stating their shit and
she's trying to show him the other way.
But I don't understand why the compromise.
I think it's because she thinks, oh, he's like Ray previously. He's not, or like even himself previously. Like he has to sacrifice this for the good of this other thing. But if I present him this third option and I'll bring her here and he'll see that she's good, and then he'll like go with my plan because like I was right before with like rescuing all the kids, and I'm right this time with like doing the right thing, and I just need to show them this. But what she doesn't know is that Norman is planning to literally just kill them.
And also there's the wrinkle of it, like that faction that you're like betting everything on them being cool. Sonju behind closed doors is just waiting for you to breed like free range.
He would be happy if you eliminated all the demons other than him, and then he could.
But she's just like, no, look, these guys have no interest in eating humans. They haven't done it for hundreds of years. And then they're just like, well, I never said any of that. I never said I'm not interested. I don't want to eat you. But then she's just like, wait. But Sonju, I brought you all the way here to just tell them that you're cool. Just be cool, all right? I'm trying to work something out here, and you're over here saying that you're gonna fucking eat people once we have children. You're not making the best case right now, dude.
However, I feel like maybe the best option would be, Sonju and Mujika are alive, so they can come in and rescue all the demons, but all the humans need to get the fuck out of there first, and then the demons need to not be, like, they need to not dependent on meat, and then they're, like, the way their society works would be different, because even though they can't have it and they'd be, like, disappointed, they wouldn't be 100% dependent on it.
Yeah, it's like we can eat dolphins and shit. Like, we can, and I think some cultures do, but, like, we don't. Like, us in the West who are now at the point of, like, or like a horse is a good example. Is like, they're an intelligent creature. We can kind of empathize with them.
I mean, so are, like, I guess, like, the less things you have to eat, like, the more, like, if you say, okay, now you don't have to eat this thing that you thought that you needed to eat, even if it's your favorite thing, then there are other options.
The point
available.
is, like, creating that paradigm. That's the idea. And that takes time. It's not a simple, let's just wipe out all the bad demons. It's straight up Attack on Titan shit at this point. Like, it's straight up Attack on Titan shit, and Norman is Eren. He's dying, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna take all that shit with me. That's what I'm gonna do. At least that was my theory on Attack on Titan. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it just seems like, I don't know, man.
It just seems like a little...
Well, no, it's... I'm on board. It just seems like they're really rushing through it. And it's not like everything's tightly paced and we're going from this thing to this thing and this thing. It's like, now I'm starting to see... This would have been a great story if it was, like, plotted out properly over the course of the season.
Yeah,
and I'm feeling starting a new entire arc.
It just seems like everything's happening so fast, and it's like, oh yeah, the way out is actually back home, and I'm like, we just left.
Yeah,
we literally
that's
just
the thing. We left.
We literally
7
just
episodes?
left. Like, we went only a few episodes without Norman, so I even thought, like, wow, Norman.
Already
we didn't
back.
really do that. Like, we did. The weird thing is
his absence.
He wasn't missed by me.
Well, he was missed.
He was missed by them. But
there wasn't enough time to like get through the stages of grief to the point where we're like,
we
are living a different life.
Norman.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we're still living the same life that Norman was in.
It seemed like we were just struggling. We were like just waiting until Norman came back, and now we're doing stuff, which is what I don't like, because I think we. Obviously, a year has passed, and they've done stuff, they've moved around, they've learned things during that time, but it seems
it was so clunky.
It seems like it was like, oh, we're in this place, and now we're in this place, and we're learning this. And...
I'm okay with talking about this, but it's just so obvious. I just feel like it's hardly worth mentioning at this point, because everyone knows that they changed stuff, everyone knows that it's clunky. We can't even, like, discuss whether this is actually a good thing, because in the manga it's completely different and actually probably plotted out better. But, so I just feel weird just focusing in on this whole thing of like, oh, things are different. And just like that being the whole point of focus. Obviously it sucks, but we can only judge what's in front of us. And what's in front of us seems like it would be good, but it seems like it was rushed. Because they were just like, well, I don't know what their thought process was. I don't know. It just seems weird to talk about. But I don't know what else to say. Because it's like, I'm digging what's going on mostly. Well, I don't really like the girl. I don't like that. I guess I just don't like Norman's whole team very much. I like the dude in the military vest with like the short hair. The scientist guy seems alright. The guy in the bag is kind of interesting looking, I guess. I just don't like the girl. She seems very forced. But again, it's an issue of time. It's like she wouldn't seem forced if like the whole shit felt new. It just seems kind of like we're following a script at this point, and things aren't like happening as it's going along and like coming organically. It seems like we're rushing to a conclusion. It's just weird, and that's kind of all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I feel like getting to see the experiments that they've done at the end of this was
creepy as shit.
Something, because that's the first time that we've seen like anything that has to do with their whole squad and their plan. Because previously it's like Norman's like, oh, here's this vial. With this we can destroy everything. And it's like, well, okay. Where's like the evidence of that? What plans have you, like, how can you have enough of it? But apparently he has a ton of it.
I think he's getting it from that thing.
You think so?
I think that's how he's developing it. That's why they have it like pinned down in there, is that they're using that to extract like a blood plasma or something of like a fully fucked up that demon that's already regressed. Maybe they kidnapped one and made it regress and then like studied its blood to the point where now they can extract that and see the progression and then synthesize. Maybe there's a fucking enzyme or a gene or something that like was reactivated, and they can somehow isolate that and like somehow synthesize the thing that creates that reaction in their blood. That seems like what's going on. And that's why it's all pinned down in there, just because it looks dead, but like it's pinned down and they are like there's shit stabbed into it like it's being held there. So that's my idea with that, which is cool as shit. I like that. That's cool. I'm just not like because and maybe it's just that it's so obvious. Maybe it's just that like Norman is so obviously doing the same shit, and maybe that inclusion of the scene like fully cemented that. It was like there was like this thing of like, oh, does he hate the demons and is vindictive and is like being sadistic, or is he sacrificing himself? And then they show the whole flashback of him sacrificing himself, and then you're like, oh, well, he's sacrificing himself. So like he's obviously sacrificing himself now. There leaves no question of like whether of what he's actually doing. We just know
Yeah.
that's what he's doing, and there's no bones about it. He's trying to like take all the
It's
demons down
yeah,
with him.
it's not. It's kind of like, okay, at first, okay, is Norman evil? Okay, Norman's not evil. He's just doing what he thinks is the right thing,
Yeah.
which happens to be in opposition to what Emma thinks is the right thing.
But go ahead.
But it's hard to say which is the right thing, because either you can go for what Norman thinks is the certain thing,
Yeah.
which will guarantee a future for them, or Emma's thing, which
Is the right thing, but
is
uncertain.
the right thing, but it might not work. But then she does have a point of like, if they had gone with the certain thing before, they would have either stayed there and died, or
lost a bunch of people, or like
them,
just Ray and
or just
Norman.
the three of them escaped, and then they died because it was just the three of them, like, you know.
Or survived and then hated their lives and like lived with that guilt for fucking their entire lives of having left everybody behind with no chance. Yeah, it's the exact same thing that fucking Isabella went through. It's like she went with a certain thing after what was his name? Leslie got sent away. She went with a certain thing. The certain thing was becoming a mom and like being swallowed up by the system and like
as long as you
sacrificing
keep doing your
everything
job
you
good,
want
then
for your life. And it's like sometimes you have to be willing to sacrifice your life to get what you want. That's the whole point. So but then Norman's actually following that. He's like, I'm willing to sacrifice my life to get what I want, and what I want is for them to live. So he's technically following that, but it's a weird thing where it's like twisted in on itself, and his philosophy's all fucked up. But it's not really. That's the thing, is it's more complicated than that. But I guess we'll see. It's just it's the same old story. It's the same thing that happened with Isabella.
I'm also getting concerned now that Dawn and Gilda are coming along.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, when
They're
you
gonna
send
get back.
out,
Everyone's gonna be
when
fucking
you send
dead.
out just Ray and Emma, I'm like, oh good, I can relax because nothing crazy is gonna happen to either of them. But then you send out like the secondary characters whose
arcs are
who are
fulfilled.
like important but not that important, and are extremely close with the main
and
character,
possibly expendable.
Then you're
and not
like
as competent as well.
You're like, yikes.
I feel like Don's gonna fall on the sword. He's gonna fucking sacrifice himself.
Yeah, it's hard to say, because then it's like they're really hyping up Gilda and her relationship with Emma, and I'm like, well,
they have been kind of this whole season.
They have been, but that's what makes it even more scary, because then it makes it even worse if something happened to her.
Yeah.
Like for Emma, like if Emma starts going on her path of like, this is the better thing, and then she loses her, like, one of her best friends, her sister, then like what would that do to her, like, to her plan of, yeah, this is the better way, if you lose someone that important to you along the way in doing what you think, oh, this is the nicer
I think Emma,
thing.
I don't think that's even a question to Emma. I think that Emma's willing, like, not willing, but I think that because she's thinking, like, there's no difference between us and demons who don't need to eat humans. There's literally no difference. We don't need to eat demons. If the demons need to eat us, that's why they're eating us. Therefore, I can't really fault them, because they literally require our brains in order to stay sane and conscious. So I can't fault them for that. Who I can fault are the people at the top who are like restricting this thing that would allow everybody to live in harmony. That's a problem. But if someone of her ilk were to die, I don't think that she would be reconsidering the plan, because the philosophy isn't damaged at all just by somebody close to her dying. It would fuck her up, but I don't think it would really harshly affect her goals or her philosophy at all. I think that she'd soldier through it. She'd take it as not an acceptable loss. She would mourn it and carry that with her deeply. I think that would spur her on even more, that somebody died for the cause and they died for a better future. I can't just let them die in vain. I think that's how she would take it. I don't think that she would reconsider personally, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait another week to watch this show.
And thank you guys for watching. We hope that you are having a great day. We hope that you like and subscribe if you like this video, and we hope that you check us out next week for The Promised Neverland. Bye-bye.